Hi, and welcome to Giggle Meow's Review. Today, I'm reviewing and showing some basic maintenance on this Dyson V7 Animal. It comes with this type of attachment. This, which if I remember later, I'll get into how important these little breathing holes are on here. This is a motorized brush. If you look, you'll see the contacts right there. It's actually a motor for this brush. This one also has the contacts. Your little motorized brush here runs off actual power, not just airflow. Now, I do like Dyson products. This is my second Dyson. I also have a Dyson upright. I don't feel like going in the other room and figuring out which one it is. It does its job, but I really like the little cordless. I can pick up spilled cat food. I don't feel like showing that. I already got it cleaned up. I hope the cats don't tear it up. If I show, they probably will. But my black cat loves to scratch post it. He seems to know how to shred because maybe I should have named him Shredder instead of Midnight. But this thing is awesome for picking that stuff up. And little messes where I don't want to drag something out. Plug in a cord, run it, move to another room, plug in a cord. This claims that on max section, it'll run 15 minutes and 30 minutes over here. I haven't actually clocked the timing on it, so I can't say for sure. I will say that I live in a 2-bedroom house, me and 2 bright cats, and the vast majority of the time, this will get me through. If I'm doing a deep cleaning where I really want to get at it, make sure I get 100% of everything, I'll dig out the upright. But by doing this, I have to dig that out a lot less. And we'll say the actual motorized versus just air-driven brushes are really nice, especially when you're dealing with cat hair. I assume it's the same with dog hair. Don't know. Don't have a dog. Grew up with them, but I have cats now. And one of the things I like about these is if you look right here, a little screw attachment. I will say I wish these were made out of metal. Pop that. It's only about a quarter turn. That pops out. You can pop out the brush and do a much better job cleaning. Now if you look in there, let's see here, you can kind of see, there we go. I'm watching the camera when I'm doing this. There's the motor for this one. This just comes back in. You see a little collar on it. Back in. And I will say that for the most part, these little plastic ones, you can actually just do them by hand. Do 2 fingers, push in hard, you're good. This has the same there. It also has one right here. If you have one of these and you have the problem that I had, where it doesn't seem to want to run on max, but it'll run on high just fine, it only does it on your attachment, take this loose. You might be surprised to see how much is actually cat hair carpet gets jammed up under here. I thought I was doing a good job of keeping this clean, but it was jammed up under there so good that I just didn't see it. And once I opened this up, I pulled out more than I cared to admit to. And I will say that when you put it back on, put the side in, it is laid in. You should not have to force it. If you do, you've got something in there you still need to clean out. But it's got the ball. Pretty easy. Relatively self-explanatory. You pull up on this to empty it. As you can see, as it pulls up, bottom drops out, a mesh drops out. It's got a bit of a filter screen here that I have never really had a problem cleaning. I wipe it off sometimes. It's really all I've had to do to that. Shove this back down. I'm going to tell you that if you go like I did the first time, you go to your shop, your vacuum shop, or the Dyson, the filters for this thing are astronomical. However, Viva, and I'm not sponsored by them, but I was doing a search for filters earlier today. On Amazon has a 3-pack of both of the filters that you need for $20. I'm pretty sure they're like 20 or 30 a piece at my local shop. You have a filter here. And if you're like me, figuring out how to get this filter out was a bit of a fun. Turns out it's just this. You literally just pick it up and pull it out. This is the HEPA filter. And the replacements are a complete assembly. You don't have to pull this crap off. It's the whole thing. You literally just take it, put it in, and push down. That's it. That's high. I call that low, and I call this high. I don't have a, well, I'll get a little bit of power on my desk. I can show you this thing. Mostly from me opening this thing up. So let's see here if I can angle this down on my desk. I love this attachment for this. I bought this used for $10 at a local shop. Does it do a perfect job? No. I have a cat puller to finish cleaning all my keys and everything, but for the majority, it's a great little hook. And you can ignore this logo. I don't work there anymore, so I don't care if there are logos on my videos anymore. I worked there once upon a time. I'm not going to badmouth them. Just, I have chosen to move on. And so, pull that out, take a look. So, really simple, really easy. I'm going to pop that in real quick and show you the brushes. That's max. Notice how, no matter which one I had on it, seems like they run the same speed. That's because it's not driven by air, it's driven by that motor. I'll show you this one. Now, you notice this has a nice ball that moves everywhere. I love this attachment. Thing is, I'm not entirely sure where the motor is for this one, because it sits pretty flush here and here. And you open that up, there's not really much there. But it is powered, because you can see the electrical running down to it. So, and if you look in here, you actually, this little gap right here is where it actually sucks from. So there's nothing really to drive that except a motor. Just, hold on, let's take this out real quick. This one, the cap kind of stays on it. You can free spin it. Draw it out. And here, you can actually see the assembly. There's actually a motor in here. The only thing I can think of is that the wires come into here and drive it through here. Now this is probably, I'm almost guaranteed to regret this, but let's see what happens. That's got to be how it goes, because you can see that in there. Well, now my curiosity stopped. But to put it back together, and that's the thing, one of my favorite things about this Dyson, besides the fact that it works, which let's face it, that's the whole point, is that you can actually clean this thing relatively easily. Put it in. Let's see here. This is the difference between locked and unlocked. It's not much. I think it's like, yeah, not even an eighth of a turn. It doesn't take much. Now, I do recommend if you're going to pull apart your attachments, check, make sure it still works. I commented earlier, I'm not sure if I commented on this take or not, because I had a phone call earlier and I decided to redo the video. There's holes here. And you might think, well, that gives me a loss of suction. It does is allows it to keep sucking. Sorry for the terminology here, but vacuuming even if you have this up against something, it'll still draw in air, creating that Venturi effect, which makes it work. I'll show you. That basically helps you minimize your clogs and overheating. Allows you to actually get the thing down into, say, a car seat. But I'm going to try to add a little humor to my future videos, thus the Giggle Meow title. I'm a little tired today. So I was kind of hoping one of my cats would walk by when I was doing this, but well, I hate the sound of this thing. Anyway, I hope you all have a great day. And I do not get paid by Dyson. I'm not supported by anybody at this point in time besides myself and my regular so-called 9-to-5 job. It's actually a 7-to-3 job, but whatever. And just remember, if you buy one and you can't remember how to do this, get this filter out, just lift up. Doesn't unscrew, it just lifts up. I'm saying that because one of the things that made me re-record earlier before the phone call was I couldn't remember how to take this stupid thing out. Anyway, have a blessed day.